Suzuki GZ 125 2026 hits the road and immediately shatters every expectation you had about small motorcycles. The first few meters feel like a revelation, like someone quietly rewrote the rules of riding. Without telling anyone, this is not a simple bike. It's a statement, and it refuses to be underestimated. From the moment you twist the throttle, the bike feels alive in a way that surprises. It doesn't roar, it communicates. Every gear change, every bend, every subtle movement feels intentional, almost as if it knows what you're thinking before you do. The moment you ride the Suzuki GZ 125 2026, you feel like the world is slightly tilted in your favor. Every gear shift, every brake, every lean seems preordained. It's almost as if the bike knows your intentions before you do. It shocks you with its composure on corners. Unlike other small motorcycles that twitch and complain, the GZ 125 2026 feels planted and deliberate. You start trusting it instinctively. The engine hums with a calm intelligence. It never overpowers you but responds when needed, offering a feeling of controlled strength. This is sophistication in a 125cc package. Even city rides feel extraordinary. Narrow gaps, sudden stops, tight turns. What would normally feel chaotic becomes fluid and almost effortless. The bike absorbs the stress of traffic without complaining. There's a subtle thrill in how predictable it feels. Predictability here is not boring. It's a rare form of reassurance that turns every ride into confidence. Building practice. Suzuki GZ 125 2026 rewards awareness. The smoother your input, the more natural the ride feels. You start noticing small details in traffic, road surfaces and wind patterns that other motorcycles usually mask. The bike teaches restraint without being dull. You learn that power isn't always about speed. Sometimes it's about precision, timing and balance. This subtle lesson becomes addictive. Its suspension feels almost intelligent. Every bump is absorbed without jarring. Every uneven surface is managed gracefully. You forget the road's imperfections because the bike feels in sync with them. The visual design adds to the confidence. Clean, purposeful and understated, it looks calm yet capable. There's no need to scream for attention. The design earns it quietly. Even after hours, the riding posture doesn't tire you. The ergonomics, seat height and handlebar placement combine for natural alignment, making every kilometer feel effortless. It shocks because it's unexpected. Few motorcycles in this class carry themselves with such poise. Every ride reinforces that this is a machine that refuses to be ordinary. Cornering feels alive. The bike leans with precision, tracks lines naturally and feels as if it's cooperating with your body. Rather than challenging it, that collaboration is thrilling. The throttle is smooth yet responsive. Acceleration never surprises in a bad way. It rewards intuition, making you feel in sync with the machine. Even long straight roads reveal another layer. The stability and composure remain unchanged, and you feel like you're riding a much larger, far more expensive machine. Stopping is equally confident. Brakes respond precisely, never grab, never hesitate. It's the kind of control that makes sudden stops feel deliberate. Instead of frightening, there's a meditation in motion here. Each ride teaches patience, awareness, and understanding of the bike's potential. You start to enjoy a rhythm over speed. Even novices will notice the bike's forgiving nature. Mistakes are absorbed without punishment, turning learning into a smooth, engaging process rather than a struggle. Experienced riders appreciate the refinement. Balance, suspension, and throttle response reflect thoughtful engineering that is rarely seen in this segment. The GZ 125 2026 shocks because it delivers a feeling bigger than its size. Every corner, every straight, every stoplight reveals composure and control not expected from a 125cc machine. Its intelligence extends beyond mechanics. The bike feels aware of your movements and intentions, responding as if it shares a connection with the rider. You begin to notice how silent authority dominates. It doesn't scream or brag, it simply performs perfectly, making you question why other bikes need noise to impress. The shock grows as you spend more time on it. Initial surprise turns into deep respect. You realize the ride is not about speed, looks, or size. It's about mastery. Even mundane rides feel engaging. City streets, stoplights, and curbs suddenly become part of a choreography, in which the bike leads suddenly. But unmistakably, there's a psychological shift when riding it. Confidence grows not from fearlessness, but from trust. Every ride teaches you more about precision than raw aggression ever could. It doesn't try to replace larger motorcycles. It proves its own relevance, control, reliability, and composure. Make it feel far more capable than its displacement suggests. The quiet intelligence of the bike becomes addictive. You start riding differently, smoother, more aware, more connected. And the experience becomes about more than just reaching a destination. Even the smallest imperfections in the road feel managed. Nothing jolts you, nothing surprises badly. The ride is stable, calm, and surprisingly mature. This motorcycle redefines expectations for its class. Small displacement doesn't mean weak, ordinary, or forgettable. The GZ 125 2026 proves otherwise at every opportunity. It carries heritage without being trapped by it. Every design choice, every mechanical nuance reflects experience, wisdom, and subtlety that would impress even seasoned riders. Even after leaving the bike, the feeling lingers. Confidence, awareness, and control stay with you, transforming how you approach riding other machines. The Suzuki GZ 125 2026 is a masterclass in calm authority, intelligent design, and unexpected thrill. It doesn't need loudness, its power is subtle, controlled, and unforgettable. The ride shocks you with how composed it feels in traffic. Gaps that seem impossible suddenly feel natural. It doesn't fight the chaos. It moves through it with a calm, uncanny intelligence. You start realizing this is a machine that understands the road. Even on longer stretches, the bike maintains a level of composure that feels far beyond its class. It doesn't beg for speed, it demands attention through discipline. That realization alone is enough to change your perspective on what a 125cc can do. Every detail of the GZ 125 2026 seems designed to build confidence. The low stance, smooth suspension, and natural riding posture make you feel in control without effort. It's as if it's teaching you how to ride better without saying a word. The engine character is calm yet responsive. There's no abruptness, no fake aggression. Only smooth, usable power. It surprises you in corners, in straights, and even at city stops, always behaving exactly as you would hope. What shocks the most is the maturity of the ride. This bike doesn't pretend to be something it's not. It doesn't try to look bigger, faster, or louder. It simply delivers a controlled, intelligent experience that's impossible to ignore in city traffic. The bike feels like an extension of yourself. Every movement is precise, every response calculated, and every maneuver feels almost telepathic. It quietly redefines what commuting can feel like. Even after hours on the road, the GZ 125 2026 doesn't feel tiring. The ergonomic suspension and engine balance work together to keep the ride smooth and natural. It's the kind of comfort that surprises you, because you didn't expect it from this segment. The visual design complements the ride. It's clean, simple, and purposeful. Nothing feels unnecessary. Yet everything looks deliberate. The bike has presence without trying too hard, which is a rare quality for smaller machines. What really stands out is how the bike manages restraint. It doesn't shout for attention, yet it earns it in subtle, powerful ways. The shock isn't in what it does loudly. It's in how perfectly it does everything. Quietly riding it feels almost meditative. Every stoplight, every acceleration, every turn teaches you something about control. You start noticing nuances in traffic, subtle road textures, and the harmony between machine and rider. The GZ 125 2026 feels smarter than most motorcycles, twice its size. It doesn't overwhelm, it empowers. Every ride becomes a lesson in rhythm, timing, and confidence. That's a level of sophistication most bikes can only dream of. Even beginners feel the bike's guidance. It never punishes mistakes harshly and encourages learning naturally. That makes it not only a bike but a teacher on wheels. Experienced riders notice the engineering behind every detail. The way it handles weight, balance, and throttle response reflects careful design and thoughtful tuning. There's a refinement here that many overlook at first glance. The shock factor evolves with every ride. Initially, it surprises with its capability. Later, it impresses with how consistent and reliable it is. Eventually, it becomes a machine you trust without thinking. Every ride feels intentional. Even when spontaneous, the GZ 125 2026 doesn't need to scream. Its clarity and composure are loud enough. That quiet authority is what sets it apart. The bike challenges assumptions about small displacement machines. It proves that control, balance, and intelligence outweigh raw size and numbers. This is a 125 that feels far from entry-level in spirit. It doesn't just transport you. It transforms your perception of riding. Simple commutes feel like carefully orchestrated journeys. And even mundane roads feel alive. That's the kind of shock that lingers long after parking the bike. Ultimately, Suzuki GZ 125 2026 isn't here to compete in noise or spectacle. It competes in mastery, calm authority, and intelligent design, and once you experience it, the world of motorcycles feels just a little different.